The games were developed simultaneously alongside other elements of Project Hack, such as Hack Sign, to emphasize the multimedia aspect of the franchise.
そうですね。ドットハックっていうのは1個のゲームソフトだけじゃなくてアニメーションとかやっぱり他のメディアとのリンクとかですね、このウェブサイトでもやっぱそうだと思うんですけれども、いろんな情報を集めていろんなところに入り口があって、それぞれから入ってきてどこにたどり着いてもそれぞれが面白いし、2つ知るとさらに面白い、3つ知るともっと面白いっていうですね、相乗効果を狙ったやっぱ設計になってますんで、そこをですね皆さんも意図的にいろんなものをほじくり出してですね、例えば日本のウェブサイトだって、積極的に見ていくと新たな発見っていうのが必ずそこに用意されてますんで、ドットハックっていうプロジェクトを今皆さんに楽しんでほしいなって思います。ドットハックは今が旬だ。
The games were packaged with bonus DVDs featuring episodes of Hack Liminality, an original video animation series that depicts events that occur concurrently with the games. The developers intended the OVA series to depict fictional events happening in the real world outside the game.
OVA の方はこれはゲームとは逆にリアルな世界だけでのお話で、こっちの方のキャラクターは言ってみれば普通のキャラクターなんでそういうことはないんですが、平たく言うと女子高生の3人組が世界中で2000万本以上のソフトを売っている会社と戦うというようなとんでもない話なので、女子高生がなんでそんなことをするかというその内的必然というか彼女たちなりの動機のようなものは設定するようにしました。
After the completion of the series, the development team produced Hack Fragment, a game using the same engine as the Hack series with an online multiplayer component. The aims of Fragment were to allow the developers to watch player interactions in an online environment and to gauge interest in an online hack game. Set before the events of the video games, Hack Sign anime series establishes the world as a setting.
ゲーム版の主人公が割とストレートないかにも主人公らしいタイプの主人公なので、テレビ版の主人公は逆にというか、ある種今の典型的な若い人の一つのパターンというかコミュニケーションの取り方がうまくできないとか、人と付き合う時のとのその対人関係の距離感の取り方がうまくできないとか、そういう、ちょっと引っ込み思案な暗い感じの子なんですが、ある人に言わせると今若い人たちでそういう人が多いのはテレビゲームのせいだっていう人がいるんですよね。つまり一人遊びばっかりしてて、鬼ごっこだとかそういう団体でやるような遊びをやらなくなったからそういう子が増えたんだっていう言い方をする人がいるんですけど、僕はその考えに組みしないんです。絶対そんなことはないと思ってるんで、そのゲームの中でその、主人公ちょっと暗い感じの主人公がどう変わっていくか、それをぜひ見てほしいと思います。
Hack Another Birth is a series of novels that retells the story of the games from Black Rose's perspective. Hack 4X is a manga adaptation of the game's story with changes to some elements, such as Cubia acting as a player character. The first official sequel to the games is the manga and anime series Hack Legend of the Twilight, which began serializing on July 30, 2002. It tells the story of Shugo and Rina, two regular players who win avatars of Kite and Black Rose in a contest, and their exploration of the world and its secrets. Hack GU is a video game series also released in multiple parts that forms the centerpiece of Hack Conglomerate, a new project set 7 years after the events of Project Hack with a new version of the world. The game's soundtrack, titled Hack Game Music Perfect Collection, was released as a double album in Japan on April 23, 2003. It features 68 compositions by Chikeo Fukuda, Seizo Nakata, and Norikatsu Fukuda. A special edition of this soundtrack includes a third disc featuring sound effects and clips used in the games. The album was released with fewer tracks in North America as Hack Game Music Best Collection.
音楽の心理操作によって現場のディレクターとか我々スタッフをそうさせてしまう力がもうすでに 魔法の力みたいなものが音楽にはあると。なおかつそれと映像が合体すると 1+1 は2じゃなくて3だ4だになってしまうという、そういう素晴らしさがよく聴いてみると分かりますけど、すごい過激ですからね。作曲コンセプトっていうのは美しい曲だなと思ってしまって、後ろでものすごいリズムがね、戦ってたりとか平気でする人なんで、おっかない人ですよね。非常に頭がいいというか、仕掛けがしっかりしてる。
By March 2004, sales of the hack games exceeded 1.73 million, with 780,000 copies sold in Japan. Critics gave the series mixed reviews. Infection received the most positive reviews of the series. Critics were intrigued by the game's unique premise. Jeremy Dunham of IGN was impressed by the game's commitment to preserve the illusion of online and praised the character designs and the inclusion of the Japanese voice track, but criticized the camera manipulation in the game's shortness and lack of difficulty. A Game Informer reviewer praised the way it captures the sense of community that a real MMORPG offers. Many reviewers cited the game's unusual setting as the counterbalance to the mediocre gameplay, repetitive environments and poor camera control. Overall, the first game was moderately well received, with reviewers overlooking gameplay flaws because of a compelling story. Christian Nutt of GameSpy awarded it 4 stars out of 5 and commended Bandai for breaking new ground and CyberConnect 2 for providing an engrossing RPG experience. Gary Steinman of official US PlayStation magazine wrote,
"At its core, .hack is not a good game.
calling the battle systems
Wildly unbalanced,
and the graphics,
spectacularly underwhelming."
but said the mind-bending story allowed him to look past its obvious flaws and anticipate future games in the series. Greg K. Savin of GameSpot was less forgiving, deriding Infection as a subpar version of Kingdom Hearts. Mutation also received mixed reviews, and many critics complained that little was done to address the problems of its predecessor. Outbreak represented a shift in the critical reception of the series as reviewers grew tired of the incremental or non-existent improvements between titles. Some critics called the final game, Quarantine, a satisfying conclusion to a mediocre series, while others said it is a confusing mess of poor pacing and plot holes.